Bilang Pilipino, obligasyon po natin sa lipunan ang magbayad ng buwis. Kaya nga nila sa wikang Ingles, ito ang ating compulsory contribution bilang suporta sa mga serbisyong pinangangasiwaan ng gobyerno para po sa atin.
With our special guest tonight, ating alamin kung ilan nga ba sa mga Pilipino ang nagbabayad ng tamang buwis. Saan nga ba napupunta ang perang nalilikom ng pamahalaan mula rito? Let's watch this.
Bullseye sa halos lahat ng target na itinakda. Ang kawanihan ng rentas internas ang isa sa mahalagang ahensya ng pamahalaan na tumutusto sa mga programa para sa mamamayan. At ang leader na sumisiguro na tatama ang target ng pamahalaan, si Commissioner Kim Jacinto Henares. Tinututukan niya ang bawat individual para masigurong tinutupad nila ang kanilang tungkulin na magbayad ng buwis sa bayan. Nang itinalaga bilang Commissioner ng Bureau of Internal Revenue noong July 2010, naitaas niya ang pambansang koleksyon ng 14% higit sa target nito noong 2011. Si Commissioner Henares ay nagtapos ng Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Accounting sa De La Salle University at kumuha ng abogasya sa Ateneo de Manila University. Mula rito'y itinuloy ang pag-aaral bilang Masters of Law, Major in International and Comparative Law sa Georgetown University. Nag-aral din siya sa Canada's University of New Brunswick, McGill University at University of Toronto. Rising from the ranks, ilang posisyon at organisasyon din ang pinagsilbihan ni Commissioner Henares tulad ng Special Concern Group ng BIR bilang Deputy Commissioner. Kasabay nito, nagsilbi rin siya bilang consultant ni former Commissioner Guillermo Paraino. Naging bahagi rin siya sa ilang international organizations gaya ng EU-funded ASEAN Single Window Project kung saan tumayo siya bilang isang trade expert at bilang eksperto sa USAID-funded project para sa pagpapaunlad ng Pilipinas. At bilang eksperto sa USAID-funded project para sa pagpapaunlad ng Pilipinas. Nagsilbi rin siya sa ilang ahensya ng pamahalaan na sumusuporta sa tax administration reform. Reaching her target, both at the firing range and at the Bureau, the markswoman of the government in chasing tax evaders and crooked bureaucrats, Commissioner Kim Henares.
Sama-sama nating salubungin ang pinuno ng Bureau of Internal Revenue, Commissioner Kim Jacinto Henares. Ma'am, magandang gabi po.
Magandang gabi rin sa inyong dalawa at sa mga nanonood sa inyo.
Ma'am, simulan natin yung usapan tungkol sa collection. Ngayon pong 2013, kumusta na tayo versus our target? Nasaan na po tayo ngayon?
Well, meron pa kaming 3 buwan, no? Para ma-meet natin yung target. Pero so far, the last 2 months, we have increased from previous year, no, by more than 20%, and I hope that it will continue. But as of now, for the whole year, we're up almost 16% more than previous year. No? Last year, we were up by 14 point something, so it seems like every year we're up by +2 from the previous increase. So hopefully, it will hold.
Ma'am, saan po na-attribute itong increases in collections?
Well, for this year, no, part of it is from the sin tax reform law, kasi may pinasa tayong bagong batas last year, no. But most of it is from more efficient tax administration. Wala kasi bagong batas maliban dun sa sin tax law. The sin tax law will contribute around 33.95 more, no? But what we are being asked to increase is almost 200 billion.
So good luck na lang ma'am sa atin lahat, kapit kamay.
Pero ma'am, kapansin-pansin po ito kahit sa mga international ratings agencies. Sinasabi nila, may mga reforma daw na napasok mula sa BIR. Ano po itong mga reforma na hina-highlight ngayon?
Well, first, no, when we came in, first and foremost, we emphasize on our law enforcement function rather than our customer-centric function. No? So our main project, no, Run After Tax Evader, every other Thursday we file at least one tax evasion case. No? But most of the time we file more than one. And then, second, we first re-engineered a lot of our processes, and now we're almost finished with phase 1 of enhanced tax information system, where we are upgrading our legacy system into a web-based system, no? And interfacing around 40 processes into that web-based system, no? So that's what we're doing. Then, of course, emphasis on meritocracy, no? We move people based on performance, no? And if you are a good performer, you will go to a bigger district, no? Yun. So, and of course, if you're doing something wrong, you will also know it, because everything a person does has a consequence, no? If you do good, you will be rewarded. If you don't do good, then you will have a penalty.
Ma'am, balikan ko lang yung web-based system kasi I don't think lahat po ng nanonood ay alam ko ano yung web-based system na ito. Ano siya, ma'am? Magiging accessible ba online, or would they know yung compute? Ano po ba yung web-based system na?
Well, we already introduced an interactive form, no? So, you can download the software and you can fill in the form and it will do its own computation for you. You don't have to have a calculator, no? That one we have already built. But when we talk of web-based system, is in the comfort of your house or your office, you can do all your filing. No, you fill up the form there and you submit it online. Now, some taxpayers, they're required to pay also online. These are usually large taxpayers. But then some can enroll. No? Then we're also building another online payment gateway wherein you need not enroll, but it's like a payment system, no? You use either your credit card, we're exploring that, no? You debit your account and credit the BIR account, no? So all these things, hope you can do in the comfort of your office or house. Then the other things that we're building are also like you want to transfer real property, no? You file your application online also, and we also issue the certificate authorizing registration online to the proper government agency.
Ma'am, meron pa po bang ibang mga hakbang para sabihin na, kasi ang common notion nga po ngayon ng ordinaryong Pilipino, sinasabi lang, hirap naman mag-file ng buwis. Para sa buwis, kailangan pa minsan kumausap ng accountant o ng abogado o ng isang professional na marunong gumawa nito. Besides the electronic forms.
Well, alam nyo, pwede niyong gawing simple kung talagang gusto niyong maging simple, no? Kaya lang, ibang tao kasi gusto nila magbayad ng pinakamababang buwis possible. So, that's why they get lawyers and all those things, and accountant, no? But if you really just want to pay taxes, of course, you don't know the intricacies of so probably you will not get the lowest possible tax payment, no? But if you want it simple, you can also do it simply. It's just that you will pay a bit higher.
Yung web-based system, ma'am, di may eliminate na yung mga late nagbabayad ng, kasi di ba lahat ng tao ngayon, mag-file deadline na ng income tax either on the day itself or after. So I think this is also another measure para mabawasan, kasi if it's being done online.
Yeah, it will, and the nice thing about it is all the data goes into the database right away. No, we don't have to encode it, so it secures the whole data. No?
Meron din pong taxpayers bill of rights na yun nga po kung saan nakasaad nga yung mga pwedeng gawin at hindi gawin ng isang taxpayer. Paano po ba ito na nare-relay sa taong bayan na ito yung guidelines na yung mga dapat gawin? Paano na-ensure na napapalagana po ito?
Well, first, when you're a business, you want to engage in business, aside from your team, you have to register with the Bureau. No? When you register and you get your receipt. When you register, there's always a seminar that we ask the taxpayer to attend. Unfortunately, the taxpayer don't attend. They send their maid, they send their driver to attend. No? So that's why they will always say they don't know anything. No? And the other thing is what we're planning to do is put it in a CD. No? And If you then it's part of the distribution. Then the other thing is if you go to our website, there's an FAQ portion there. So you can actually look at how it's done. No? You just have to read it. Or if you want to, you can call that 981-8888.
The hotline.
Yeah. There's somebody there who will answer and can answer some questions. No?
Siguro mag-quick break muna tayo. Thank you, ma'am. Pwede po kayong magpadala ng comments at questions sa aming Facebook and Twitter accounts. Wag mo kayong aalis, magbabalik ang Gov at Work.
Welcome back po sa Gov at Work. Kasama pa rin natin si BIR Commissioner Kim Jacinto Henares. Ma'am, sa part na to, gusto namin kayong tanungin tungkol dun sa isang programa na pinapatakbo ng BIR. Ito yung RATE or yung Run After Tax Evaders Program. Ano na po yung status nitong ng inyong kampanya laban sa mga tax evaders sa bansa?
Well, we have already filed 195 cases to date. No? I think 10 of it has been filed with the courts. And there's 101 case for resolution. No? And some of it is still undergoing preliminary investigation. No? And of course, there's a dismissal, 2 of them, by DOJ, which has been final, no? Because one, the person's already dead, so the criminal is extinguished. The second, there was a mistake on the identity of the person because the certification given by the contractor was wrong. No? So that one was dismissed and the proper case was filed against the proper person. Then of course, there are cases that we filed that was filed in CTA that the Court of Tax Appeal dismissed. No? Because the fight to push for criminal prosecution is actually a 3-pronged fight. No? First, we have to make the Bureau of Internal Revenue use the criminal provision of the tax code. Second, we have to convince the Department of Justice that they should apply it. No? Because they're not used to it because BIR in the first place before, we're not using it. Then, if it goes to court, we have naman to convince the court, no? Since they're not used to handling criminal case for tax evasion. So it's an evolving thing. It's like any change. There will be frustrating events, no? Because it's a learning process for everyone. No? It's not just us. It's also the prosecutor. It's also the justices. No? So yun. So yun sa BIR, that process, I think, is pretty much completed. So now you have to infect the other part of that, the prosecutor and the justice. Yeah.
Ma'am, yung tanong ko naman po para dun sa mga, kasi kung employee ka, di ba, madaling, yung employer mo yung nag-aayos ng tax. But what about yung mga self-employed? Like doctors, lawyers, meron ba tayong parang, I don't know, like a memorandum na kailangan nila sundin para tama yung taxes na binabayaran? Kasi madaling mag-understate, I would think, ng taxes if you're self-employed.
Well, the self-employed, no, there are a lot of rules that first they have to get in, they have to be registered, they have to issue receipt for everything that for money they receive, no, for services and goods sold. No. Then we came up with a new revenue memorandum circular requiring that for doctors, if the patient is inpatient, that means he's checked into the hospital, it's only the hospital who can bill the patient. No? All doctors' bill have to go through the hospital. No? Then the hospital will pay the doctor and withhold taxes. No? Then the other thing we're discussing, where there's a lot of people who are complaining, is that our move to require professional to post their rates in their offices. No? Na when we say post, it's not naman put the whole, like
per
a
hour,
whole
ganun.
office, no? It's just, if you want a small, poster, that's fine. It's just for people, when people go in, they know what the rate you're going to charge. Those rates should be inclusive of VAT.
Aha. Pero ma'am, hindi po ba, kunwari for professionals, sabi natin, professional lawyers, hindi po ba problematic yung ganong klaseng bagay? Kunwari, nakalagay, affidavit, X amount, ganyan. Ganon po ba kadetalyado ito?
Like for example, if you're lawyers, no, normally, it's on a per hourly rate. Diba? So normally, you put there, you bill by 15 minutes,
Yes.
by 8 minutes or something. Diba? Then, what's your billable rate per hour for a junior associate, for a senior associate, for a junior partner, for a senior partner, for a paralegal. I mean, we're not saying detail it affidavit, diba? Affidavit of loss, and it's normally you charge by billable hour. No? So that's the thing that you will put there. No? That's the standard rate, that standard schedule of rates. No? I think if you look at all the all the lawyers' agreement, they have the standard rate there. No? We're not asking them to put a annulment case. What's the rate? It's a billable rate, diba? Like for example, the doctors, it's consultation fee. How much?
Pero ma'am, nakatanggap na po ba kayo ng feedback mula sa mga professional ukol dito?
Well, sinasabi nila they're a profession. They're not like a spa or something, no?
Yung price.
Parang ganun ang comparison,
Ang statement ko doon, professional kayo. Pero kung nag-charge kayo, negosyo na yan. So, kailangan yung rules ng negosyo, i-apply mo. Sa lahat naman na rules ng negosyo, di ba, para maliwanag, bago tayo mag-umpisa, kwentas claras, ito ho ang paano ako mag-bill para walang sisihan. Di ba? Kasi, mamaya, ginawa mo na lahat, tapos i-bill mo siya, tapos sasabihin niya, wala siyang pera. Di ba? So, yun, in fact, when we look at the canons of all the professional naman, parating sinasabi nun, bago ka mag-umpisa, magkaroon ng engagement, kailangan maliwanag kung paano ka mag-bill. So sinasabi lang namin, liwanagin yun na kasi Pilipino, normally, hindi naman yan magtatanong, di ba? Tapos that's where all the problems start, no? So, dilagay mo na doon. Kasi para sa amin rin, pag iniimbestigahan ka namin, ito yung paano mo in-charge, at least madali na lang tingnan yan. No?
Ma'am, yung meron din pong regulasyon or bagong guidelines sa pag-issue ng mga resibo ang BIR para po sa mga businesses. Kamusta na po yung implementasyon nito?
Well, by October 31, lahat na lumang resibo, no, as of printed with ATP before January 18, 2013, will all expire. So they will have already to use the new receipt. And then the new receipt will have a valid until date there. No?
Ano po yung vital doon sa clause na yun? Para malaman naman ng consumer na ito yung importante sa bagong resibo.
Well, yung bagong resibo, kailangan tingnan nyo, may validity date na ho yan. No? So ibig sabihin yan, kung ma-receive, kasi may ginawa kaming extension. No? Yun may selective na resibo na dated January 1, 2011 up to January 17, 2013, no, those printed under ATP issue those date, pwede pa nilang gamitin yung resibo pero sa stamp nila valid until October 31. No? So, yun ho, after that date, lahat ng resibo, makikita nyo, may print na ho dyan. No? Tsaka meron ho yan watermark, no, for specific to the printer. And the other thing is we're going to strictly implement the rule that all kind of receipt, you should get a permit from the Bureau. No? So if you use delivery receipt, you should still get a permit. It has to be under the permit of the Bureau. You want to print an acknowledgement receipt, you have to get a permit. No? So if you get a receipt of any kind, no, order slip, or whatever, that does not have that ATP number and does not have that valid until certain date, then that's not a valid receipt.
Puntahan natin, Gio, dahil malapit na mag-Christmas. Kasi ma'am,
Tiangge.
pinag-uusapan namin kanina mga Tiangge, yung sa Divisoria. Paano po yung handling nyo sa ganun? Did they
Alam nyo,
provide ba sila?
pagbabasahin nyo yung tax code, wala naman ho siyang dinidistinguish kung ikaw ay nagnegosyo ng 1 araw, 10 araw, or 15 days, or 30 days. No? Basta nagnegosyo ka, kailangan magrehistro ka, kailangan mag-issue ka ng resibo. Kaya lang, ang sistema sa tax code is, once you're registered, every month, kailangan magpa-file ka. Maskin 1 araw ka lang nagnegosyo. So, ginawa natin, kasi yung dati, nag-create ng isang classification na Tiangge.
Opo.
Tapos nangyari, ginagawa ng mga tao, hindi naman sila talaga Tiangge eh. Kasi everyday, nagbebenta sila, di ba? Nagmo-move lang sila ng location, pero ano, no? So, hindi sila Tiangge, no? So, what we did is we just tightened the rule na how do you define Tiangge owner, no? Yung mga nag-15 days lang in a year, no? Ito yung siguro Christmas bazaar. Hindi pwedeng lumabas ng 15 days, no? At maskin Tiangge siya, kailangan mag-issue siya ng resibo. Pero ang magbibigay siya sa kanya ng resibo, yung organizer ng Tiangge. Yung difference ng resibo nun, yung resibo nakapangalan sa organizer, tapos may isang line doon kung anong Tiangge store yun. No?
So at least mas malapit. Ma'am, puntahan naman natin yung side ng incentives. Yung mga tao na talagang maaga nagbabayad ng buwis, on time, mga ganyan. Anong incentives ang binibigay ng BIR para sa mga masusugid na mga mamamayan na nagbabayad po ng buwis?
Well, kasi hindi kami pwede magbigay ng incentive. Ano? Ang incentive lang doon, siguro, kung on time ka, wala kang penalty. Kasi kung late ka, may penalty ka agad na 25%, tapos may interest mang 20% per annum. No? So, second, pag maaga ka, at least, maprepare mo ka ng mabuti yung return mo, hindi ka magkakamali. No? So, actually, we cannot give incentive. The law says that we have to collect this tax. So, yun.
And pay on time.
Yeah.
Opo. Pero ma'am, sa tingin niyo po ba as a BIR commissioner, how are the taxes really working for us? Sa tingin niyo ba efficient at tama naman yung serbisyo na binibigay ng gobyerno?
Alam niyo ho, we're making up for a lot of things, no, lost time. No? So, syempre, there are a lot of improvement that needs to be done. No? Kaya lang, kung wala tayong buwis, wala tayong aasahang improvement. Kasi ang panahon ngayon, wala na hong libre. No? Lahat na gusto nyong gawin, kailangan may bayad. So, paano naman babayaran yan ng gobyerno? No? So, kung yari, gusto mo, walang traffic, di ibig sabihin kailangan magtayo tayo ng maraming kalsada. Magtatayo ka ng kalsada, aside from kung wala kang problema sa pera pang gastos, mang-build, pero meron kang problema sa right-of-way. So, kailangan mo pa rin ng pera niya, no? Meron ka pa rin right-of-way, tapos didemanda ka pa kasi hindi ka makaumpisa, kasi nagre-reklamo yung mga bibilan mo na ayaw ibenta sa'yo, no? Na gusto niya mas mataas ang presyo. Second, peace and order, no? Gusto niyo mas magandang serbisyo. Siyempre, kailangan alam niyo, dati, yung mga pulis natin, walang baril, no? Kung may baril man sila mismo bumibili. Isang taon, 30 bullets lang binibigay sa kanila, hindi sila makapag-practice. Kung hindi ka makapag-practice, hindi ka makakapag-shoot. Hindi ka marunong mag-shoot. So, para maganda yung serbisyo, kailangan you should equip them and you should train them. So, we have money now. That's why we were able to buy guns, pistol for them, no? And hopefully we will be able to equip them. Now, sa military, 'di ba, wala tayong Air Force, 'di ba? Puro air lang raw, 'di ba? So ngayon, we have money, we're looking at buying a fleet, 'di ba? A squadron, no? Or I don't know what they call it, so 18 fighters, 'di ba? And then before we don't have a ship, 'di ba?
Pabor po ba kayo sa may isa sa mga proposed bills? Sinasabi ng bill na ito na pwede daw i-specify ng mambabayad ng buwis kung saan mapupunta. Halimbawa, gusto ko yung 10% of my taxes go to healthcare, 10% go to education lamang. Pabor po ba kayo dito? Or sa tingin nyo, may magandang
Sige.
bagay po ba na focus point para sa tao?
Alam nyo, hindi ho ako pabor doon, no? Kasi alam nyo, ano ho ba ang naging problema ng Pilipinas sa nakaraan?
Opo.
Kukonti na nga yung resources natin, ginagawa na dati is lahat tinutugunan ang pangangailangan. To the point na, kunyari may 100 peso ka, tigpipiso lang ang nabibigay mo sa bawat problema mo. No? So at the end of the day, walang problema na susolve. Whereas ngayon, ginagawa is, ano bang priority? No? Priority natin, education. So, ginugulan muna natin yung education para ma-solve yung problema na yan, tapos pumunta tayo sa next na problem. No? Kaya merong result, no? At least you have solved some of your problem. Unlike before, where you spread it out, you have never solved any problem because you never really, hindi mo talaga tinuunan ng pansin, no? Parang shotgun yan. No? Hopefully, pag binaril mo, tatamaan lahat. Pero pag tama mo sa lahat, puro mahina na tama. Wala ka naman no. So, yun ho yun. Kaya, you need somebody to say, ito ho yung priority, ito ho yung paggagastusan natin. Ang taxpayer, wala naman ho siya, hindi niya nakikita yung lahat na problema ng buong bayan. No? Nakikita lang niya yung nakaka-apekto sa kanya, which is, not necessarily masosolve yung problema niya.
Pero siguro tanong din natin, Aika, no? Para maintindihan ng ating mga viewers, ano ba talaga yung side ng BIR? Kapag halimbawa hindi na-hit ang tax targets for the year, ito po ba, how does government make up for it? Uutang po ba ang gobyerno? Isa-source out sa ibang
projects?
Mga ganun po. Ano pong nagiging epekto nito?
Ang epekto niyan, hindi naman tayo nagka-cancel ng project. Ibig sabihin nun, hihiram lang tayo ng more. No? But yung program naman ho ng gobyerno is yung deficit program, we're always on target naman. No? So, ibig sabihin nun, ang nangyari ho sa atin is naging more efficient tayo sa spending. Kung dati, kailangan gumastos tayo ng 100 para magkaroon tayo ng 10. Ngayon, gumagastos tayo ng 50 para makakuha tayo ng 10. So, it becomes more efficient. No? We get more bang for less money. No? So, it's helped, nakatulong yung dalawang aspect. No? Pag-reforma dun sa expenditure, pag-reforma ho dito sa revenue. No? May pera tayo at naging we're spending correctly and getting our money's worth. No? So, that's why we're getting headways. No?
Yun yung maganda doon, Aika. Pinapakita na kumulekta ng mabuti, spend wisely, di ba? At dito nagbe-benefit yung mga tao.
Saka yung sinabi ni, I think yun yung, kasi ma'am, yung mga naririnig namin online sa social media, they were saying na kami yung nagbabayad ng taxes, dapat kami yung may say kung saan napupunta yung binabayad namin taxes. But I think this is one side na kailangan nila maintindihan, na kailangan may priority projects na kailangan mo ng pondohan bago mo sagot ibang problema.
Alam nyo, yes, ito yun, the other thing yun kung ang taxpayer ang may say, wala naman ho siyang accountability Diba? If you're going to spend, you have to have accountability. Okay, if you say you're going to spend for this, then you should be accountable for that. But in our system, wala naman accountability yung taxpayer, diba? Kaya rin ho, itong issue ng PDAF is may isang grupo na nagsasabi, ito yung expendi dapat gastusin mo. Pero wala silang accountability. Kasi ang accountability pa rin nasa executive. No? So kung yung accountability mo kung nasaan yung accountability mo, dapat nandoon ho yun magdi-decide kung saan yung expenditure.
Ayun naman pala. Pero ma'am, paano yung, siguro one question, lumalabas nga po, na ang kadalasan sinasabi nila, ang middle class dapat ang may say kasi sila yung pinaka-naapektuhan sa pagbayad ng buwis or ang upper class. Ano pong masasabi niya doon sa ganong klaseng komento? Dapat sila ang priority.
Alam nyo, ang gobyerno, ang priority ho, dapat dun sa mga less fortunate. Hindi, parang yung taxation ho, yung nakukuha mo yung buwis is leveling the field, no? Equalizing the, sa totoo lang, in a sense, the middle class and the upper class are helping their fellow citizen who are less fortunate by their tax payment because hindi naman nila pwedeng bigay sa kanila, 'di ba? One-on-one, no? So, it's actually a way for them to help the less fortunate, no? If the less fortunate gets out of poverty, it also helps them because they will now have more money to spend in sino makaka-benefit dun? Ang mga may hawak ng negosyo, nasa middle sa upper class, di ba? So, pag hindi na sila mahirap, may pera na sila, mas yayaman naman sila. Di ba? So, there's a synergy between the two, no? But, yun nga.
Saka, kumbaga, yung contribution din ng mga naiyon, mas lalaki. So,
on a final question before we go to the gap, ma'am, your biggest challenge as the Commissioner of BIR in the past 3 years?
Convincing people to pay correctly.
Grabe, ang simple kasi sabihin na magbayad kayo ng buwis, pero talagang yung collection
Pay it correctly
efforts.
and on time.
At matulungan din yung mga tao na mabayad yung tamang buwis para sa kanila.
Sa tamang oras at sa
Tamang amount.
Tamang amount. No?
Okay, so thank you, ma'am. Wag po kayong gaalis, babalik ang Gova Tour kasama ang iba pang tanong kay Commissioner Henares.
Nagbabalik po ang Gov at Work. Kasama pa rin natin si BIR Commissioner Kim Henares. Ma'am, isa portion po ito. Ito po yung Gov at Work or Google Hangout portion kung saan direktang magtatanong po sa inyo ang ating mga kababayan. Simulan natin kay Sweden Velado para sa kanyang tanong. Sweden?
Good evening po, Commissioner. Nalalakihan po kasi binabayad kong tax, pero nagbabayad pa rin po ako. Paano ko po ba mararamdaman na may pinupuntahan yung binabayad kong tax? May mga projects po ba kayo na nakikita ko araw-araw na masasabi kong napupuntahan ng tax na binabayad ko? Thank you po.
Actually, yung sasagot ko doon, medyo ironical, no? Kasi, kaya tayo nagkaka-traffic. Kasi marami tayong pera pang repair ng road. So, every weekend, nagre-reblocking ho ang DPWH. So, yun, tingin ko, ramdam na ramdam ho nating lahat yung traffic. No? So, nakikita natin saan saan napupunta yung buwis na binabayaran nila, no? Natin. At saka pangalawa ho, depende ho sa tao, no? Kasi kung kayo ho nag-aaral sa public school o kaya may anak kayo sa public school, slowly makikita nyo lahat ng tao, ng bata, 1:1 book ratio, no? So yun ho dahil sa buwis na binabayaran ho nating lahat, no? Saka yung school building, eventually, hindi na ho magiging overcrowded kasi mas maraming school building ho na itatayo. Those are some of the things that the benefit of paying taxes.
Yung pinaka-concrete na nakikita natin. Okay, maraming salamat, Sweden. Andito naman si Maan Calma. Maan, your question?
Magandang gabi po, Commissioner. Ano na po ang update sa tax evasion charges na isinampa laban kay Janet Lim Napoles?
Well, the other day, nagkaroon ho ng preliminary investigation, no? So, yun ho yung first stage. We were presenting our evidence, we will be starting to present our evidence to determine kung may probable cause. No? So, yun ho, kakaumpisa lang ng preliminary investigation.
Maraming salamat, Maan. Next, si Victoria Sabal para sa kanyang tanong. Victoria?
Good evening po, Commissioner Henares. Saan po kami makakapagreklamo kung ang kumpanya namin ay kinakaltasan kami ng buwis, ngunit hindi naman nakapagbabayad sa BIR?
Pwede ho kayong tumawag sa office namin, no? Either sa call center central line 981-8888 o kaya sa opisina ko, meron din call agent doon, 981-8880 up to 82. O kaya mag-email ho kayo sa email address ko, no? kim.jacinto-henares@bir.gov.ph o kaya pumunta ho kayo sa maskin anong opisina ho namin. No? Pwede kayong magreklamo doon.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Victoria. And last but not the least, si Adrian Laksamana. Go ahead, please.
Commissioner, meron daw pong ratings ang BIR tungkol sa pagbayad ng mga taxes ng mga restaurants. Pwede niyo po bang i-explain ang rating system na ito? At saan po namin maaaring makita yung mga ratings?
Rating. Actually, nagkaroon ho kami ng infomercial, no? Na sinabi namin, ito ho yung mga top restaurant. Ito yung mga restaurant na sa top 10, top 20 sa bawat lugar in terms of tax payment. No? Inilabas ho namin dun sa Banjaryo, pero I believe nandun ho sa website, I'm not certain, no? But I think it's in the website of Department of Finance. The website is www.dof.gov.ph. No? Kasi I'm not certain about whether it's in pera ng bayan. No? Pero yun ho.
Nandun. Okay. Maraming salamat, Aids, at maraming salamat sa ating mga nakasama sa Google Hangout o Gov at Work Hangout. Magbabalik pa po ang Gov at Work. Nagbabalik po ang Gov at Work. Siyempre, ma'am, hindi namin papalampasin ang inyong softer side. We'll start with the personal question. Siguro, may isa tayong online question. Sabi nila, what is the first thing that you notice about people every time you go to an event or a party or a gathering?
Mahirap na tanong yun, ah.
What they wear. What they wear.
Totoo nga naman, Gia. Yun yung unang makita.
Style.
Ma'am, ito po next. What kind of leader are you most inclined to follow? Is it someone na...
Well, I'm inclined to follow a leader that has integrity, that is very morally grounded, has a very clear sense of right and wrong, no, fundamental right and fundamental wrong, and who has political will, and who has only one interest in his heart, which is to do what is good for the country. So those are the characteristic, and who's very clear in his objective and goes to it in a very forthright and honest manner.
Grabe. Ma'am, ito, if you were to choose a vacation spot, mountain hideaway or beach house type kayo?
Actually, my ideal vacation spot is a house where the front is a beach, the back is a mountain.
Okay na.
So, confused ka man kung malamig o
Okay
mainit.
na. Pwede kong...
No, but usually there's a, di ba?
Yes. Ito naman, ma'am, if you can write your own Bill of Rights, what would you include? Like the most important right for you?
Well, I think if I was going to write the Bill of Rights, I would like to swing it more to the center rather than where it is now. No? Because it seems like everyone is talking about their right. They're not talking about their obligation. No? And that the swing is sometimes it's all my right and not the right in relation to society. No? So I cannot say specifically what right it is, no? But I want to make it more conservative rather than liberal.
Tama kayo dyan, ma'am, na lahat ng karapatan may kaakibat na responsibilidad on the part of every person. Ito po, if you were to study again in school, what would you want to learn about or study?
I always would like to return back to school and take medicine.
Narinig nga po namin, ma'am, na dapat magdodoktor daw kayo.
Yeah, that was my first choice. But my mom said at that time, it's not practical for a girl to take up medicine. Yun.
Okay. Ma'am, ito last question. Alam namin napaka-serious ng inyong trabaho as BIR Commissioner. What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh?
Para Miss Universe namin, what makes you blush? Ano naman, what makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh is the ridiculousness of some people. Yun, ibig sabihin, sometimes this is also in relation to the rights. No? Parang, sometimes you carry your entitlement to the extreme that it becomes, rather than be irritated, you just find it funny. No? So, yun, parang, imbis na mainis ka, matawa ka na lang.
Napaka-Pinoy nung treatment.
Oo nga.
Maraming salamat, ma'am. Alam namin, it's really a hard job to become the BIR Commissioner. Your final words po para sa mga mamamayan na nanonood sa inyo.
Well, ang gusto ko lang iparating, no, nangongolekta kami ng buwis, hindi dahil gusto namin. No? Dahil ito ho ang kailangan ng bayan. No? Marami ho tayong dapat tulungan, marami ho tayong dapat gawin. No? Marami na tayong nagawa, pero marami pa ho tayong dapat gawin. At ito ho, hindi ho mangyayari kung hindi ho tayo mangongolekta ng tamang buwis. No? At the end of the day, kung lahat ho tayo nagbabayad ng buwis, tingin ko naman ho, ang Pilipinas ay isa sa mga magiging developed na bansa. No? By that time, pwede na natin pag-isipan kung paano naman natin ngayon bababaan yung buwis. Pero gusto ko lang hong sabihin, because you pay the right taxes, meron rin ho kayong obligasyon na bantayan, no? Kung saan ho napupunta itong buwis na ito. Ang obligasyon natin bilang mamamayan ay dalawang side. Hindi lang ho kayo dapat magbayad ng tama, dapat bantayan rin nyo kung saan ho ginugugol ito. No? At in that sense, maganda naman ho yung nangyayari ngayon. No? So, siguro pagpatuloy natin, kaya lang ho, maging reasonable ho tayo at huwag tayo papadala sa mga sulsul ng mga tao na hindi naman ho kapakanan ng bayan ang nasa isip nila.
Okay?
Maraming salamat,
Ma'am, okay na po
Thank
tayo.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat muli kay BIR Commissioner Kim Henares at sa lahat ng aming mga manonood sa patuloy niyong pagtangkilik sa aming programa. Through television and social media, sana'y naipakita namin sa inyo ang pagsisikap at mga pinagsisikapan pa ng pamunuan para sa sambayanang Pilipino.
Dito maaari kayong mag-send ng inyong questions for our guest via Facebook and Twitter. Pwede rin po silang makausap directly through our Google Hangout. Hindi pa tayo matatapos dito dahil marami pang dapat malaman ang mga tao tungkol sa mga positibong reforma na handog ng ating pamahalaan. Antabayanan natin lahat sila sa susunod pang episodes. Ako po si Gio Tingson.
Ako naman si Aika Robredo.
Ito ang Gov at Work.